Hi there, this is your friend Anna, and the question that I've been getting the most from all of my friends is, what are we wearing? This age-old question isn't just about choosing an outfit, it's about choosing how we present ourselves to the world. I created the I Want Her Shoes podcast to dive deep into what it means to dress with intention, whether you're heading to a council meeting or just having a casual day out with your family. Join the conversation as we explore the power of personal style and the decisions that shape our public personas. Put on your favorite pair of shoes and step into my closet. All right, welcome back to the I Want Her Shoes podcast, where we celebrate powerhouse women redefining leadership, style, and impact. I'm your host, Anna, and today's guest quite literally loves Miami for a living, and that's why I'm wearing this shirt as well.
Perfect.
Meet Rebecca Fishman Lipsey, celebrating 5 years as president and CEO of the Miami Foundation, Miami's home base for generosity, equity, and social impact. And under her leadership, the foundation has invested nearly $1 billion into the city's most pressing challenges, united nearly 1,000 family and corporate foundations, amazing, and created Give Miami Day, which is, I love that, and raising $190 million in just the last few years for nonprofits that touch tens of thousands of lives. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for doing all this amazing work. And you're not just a civic powerhouse, you're also former Florida Board of Education member, founder of Radical Partners, which scaled over 150 social ventures. That's powerhouse. And leader who sits in the intersection of systems change, philanthropy, and community, which is super important to me. And you're also a proud mama, a closeted musician, and a style maven who knows how to show up with presence in every room.
Being called a style maven by someone who has this kind of closet is a very nice thing.
Well, Rebecca, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Amazing to have you here. Let's start with the origin. Tell us, where did you grow up? How did your journey lead you here to the heart of Miami's social impact movement?
Yeah, born in Brooklyn, grew up in New Jersey and in the Northeast, graduated college and joined a program called Teach for America. So I committed for 2 years to serve in a failing public school. And the point of that program, it's two things. One is hopefully provide a really good education to kids in a school that's failing, but the other is to change the career trajectory of these leaders that you've recruited and hopefully infect them with a real passion for community. And they got me. And then that's how I ended up coming to Miami. They sent me here to Miami to be the executive director of that program, and I fell in love with this place.
Because it's so awesome.
It's the best. It's the best. And that, the doors kept opening from there.
No, that's an amazing story, and you've led at every level, from the classroom to statewide education policy to running Miami's most influential foundation. What connects all of these chapters for you?
So it's an interesting question. I think a lot of people's careers connect really linearly. You do one thing and then you get promoted and you keep going down that road. And when you look at my career, I bounce. And it's interesting. So some of the people who I admire most, when I watch their careers, they triangulate, they bounce around a bit, they use what they did in one place, and then the next thing they do leverages it in a really interesting way. And so I have loved all the jobs I'm in. I've never done them thinking about how it's going to unlock the next thing. Right. And when I know I've peaked in the space I'm in, when I'm thinking about what's going to be next, it's not the level up from where I am. It's an adventure. I want to look back at my life. I know you do too. I see the way that you've built, and just feel like I used my time.
Cheers to that. Right? That's a great answer. Yes, and I agree 1,000%, because we need to make some kind of an impact while we're here, right?
That's right.
And the Miami Foundation has invested nearly $1 billion in this community. Thank you. That's amazing.
It's the community. The community
But
has
it's
invested
somebody
in itself.
that's leading it as well, too. And what do you see as the most urgent opportunities right now for people that are wondering? Because I'm sure there's some that are more important than others, right?
Yeah, that's a big question. So, I mean, first of all, I love this community. There's so much magic here. We speak 128 languages here in Miami. It's part of our magic.
Yes!
we come from all over, and the culture and the brilliance that then collides here. It's beautiful. We're at the forefront of so many different issues: immigration, education, environment. There's so many things that come to a head here. But honestly, I think the biggest challenge in our community is getting people who live here to like lock in and feel
Right.
a sense of responsibility, because the majority of people who live here came from somewhere else. And when you ask people in Miami, where are you from? The majority of people here will say, I'm from another
Yes.
country, another part of this community, and their allegiance is elsewhere. And we have to convert people in. You want to live somewhere where people, they want to get involved, they want to give back, they feel really proud of this place. So a lot of our time at the foundation is about helping people build a sense of responsibility to this place.
I love that, because when I moved here a decade ago, there was, also a movement of like, act like you live here. So I feel like
Yeah.
you really took that to the next level, and
trying.
hey, I'm a big representative. I think it's an amazing place.
Yes, you
right?
do. I
So-
see that Miami bag up there. It's amazing.
So if a Miami Foundation were a fashion brand, what would its style be?
So the Miami Foundation really is meant to be a reflection of the best of what's in Miami. So I've been thinking, like, what's our style here? And I'll say a couple things. One is, like, we have flavor from all over. We're a really good collab. So you see the outfit that comes together, that is the designer shoes, and it is the classic jeans, and it's the button down from Brazil, and it's the earrings that you got from your vacation. It has its own, it's not trying to be some other community. It is uniquely itself, and it is a mashup. So I think on our end, at the foundation, we're thinking a lot about what is the best of what's happening in our community. How do we lift it up? And also, like, do not be afraid to play and to dare. And so there's always a little bit of a dare in the work. Can you really pull that off? We'll see.
I love that answer. No, and I think that definitely encapsulates Miami and the style here, for sure. And Give Miami Day has become such a cultural moment here. Yay!
The best.
What makes Miami unique when it comes to generosity? Because I know there's a lot of money here, but how generous are people?
So very. This is a very generous community. The question is whether we're generous here, because
Right.
people here, we give, and there's a lot of resource here. But I love that your question is like talking about Give Miami Day as a cultural movement, because I think when people hear about it, so it's a day of giving where it's an all call. If you live in Miami, give back here. Find something you care about and give back here. And last year we had 109,000 donations. 109,000 donations come in on one day. Thank you. I'm so proud of our community. And the thing we're trying to accomplish is, like, how do we get everyone here to feel like everywhere you look, all you see is people being generous, getting involved, and giving back. And whatever your cause is, you care about the environment, you find an environment cause that you care about here. You care about health, you find the cause that you care about. And so it's meant to be a cultural movement about, like, live like you live here.
Right.
Find your thing here.
Love that. No, I think that's beautiful, and I'm so excited that it's grown so much, and I think there's a lot more to come.
Oh my gosh.
And you founded Radical Partners, and you scaled over 150 social ventures. What's one lesson about entrepreneurship that still shapes you as you lead today?
So I'll give you two fast hot takes from my experience. So it was all about finding leaders with a big, bold vision to solve something that matters and help them scale, and hopefully scale quickly. And my two big takeaways, and I stole them and I brought them with me to the foundation. Thing number one was like an orientation towards failure. Be comfortable with failure, be comfortable to learn and get feedback early and fast, and use that to modify and improve. I see the best entrepreneurs, they listen real early. They're not waiting to spend $1 million on their product design to find out that no one wanted it like that.
Yeah.
You have to listen and pivot and be willing to have hard conversations early. And the second lesson for me was about being willing to take a B. I think within the traditional work environment, you're successful when you get an A. in
Right.
everything that you do. You want to shoot for an A. You want to be a good student and get an A in everything that you do. When you're an entrepreneur and you're building something from nothing, if you try to get an A in everything that you do, nothing gets an A. You have to pick what is important to you. Get an A in that.
Right.
And then it's something else. What would a C look like? Get the C on purpose. You shoot for an A there, you've wasted time, you've wasted resource. So we think a lot at the foundation about, like, are we calibrated on what deserves a B? Get the B. You got a B? Move on.
I agree. I think the perfection is not really important when you're trying to solve a lot of different problems, right?
It's hard to shake it out, you know?
Exactly.
We're successful in school when you get the A.
But that's school, right? This is
School.
life, right?
This is life. This is entrepreneurship. You got to release.
Yep. I love that answer.
Thank you.
And you're a closet musician and mama. How do those identities shape your leadership style, Rebecca?
So mama first, and you got two kids too, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I think in my work, it's about what kind of community do we want to build for the future, and I have to ask myself, in each issue area, is this the community that I want my kids to inherit? And if not, and every mom feels that way, and so to see neighborhood by neighborhood, issue area by issue area, is this what kids deserve? And if the answer is no, we have work to do. And then on the music side, I mean, that's for me. That's for me. That's mine. I just celebrated my 21-year wedding anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank
That's
you.
a long time.
That is a lot of years.
Were you high school sweethearts?
College sweethearts.
College sweethearts.
But thank you for thinking I'm so young.
You look amazing.
Thank you. And so I make this list every time I hit a milestone anniversary of, like, my 21 tips for marriage. And one of my tips every time is, you don't give 100%. You give 95%. 5% you need for you. And my music, that's for me. I'm not a performing artist. I'm a closet musician. I like being in my closet. And the music, it's for me, it's for my own nourishment. And so I think for anyone tuning in, you find what's for you. 5% is for you.
Yeah, I'm like that with art. So, yeah, I get that. You definitely need something, like a little outlet for yourself. So it's a great answer. And Miami is a city of color and expression, as we just discussed. How does fashion help you feel rooted, bold, and ready to lead?
So this has evolved over time for me. So, like, zoom back to my first year in Miami. I had come from New York. My entire wardrobe was black and gray. I still wear a lot of black and gray.
But there's a pop of color.
But there's a pop of color.
A few
there's
pops. We'll get to the shoes.
Hot shoes and then a ruffle. But I remember my board chair. She sat me down and she said to me, "This does not reflect our community. You're seeking to be a leader here." And I remember in my young feminist self, I came home and I was like, my board chair told me I need to wear a flower, and, like, how dare she? And she was spot on. I needed to understand the community that I had moved to and make it mine and, like, feel it in my soul. I think at that moment in my career, I felt like I was wearing someone else's job. Like, I didn't deserve that job. And so I needed to look mature. I needed to look like a CEO. And so I had an idea in my mind of what that was, and it did not have a ruffle. And it did not have a pop of color or rhinestone shoes. And I think as I find my own power, I allow my personality to come out in my wardrobe.
I love that. That's a beautiful answer. And what is your go-to power look, if there's anything that you love to put on to step out in a big stage or into a boardroom? On
a big stage, so it is, it's either, like, black slim pants and a neon shoe.
Love a bright shoe.
Classic dress and, like, an obnoxious shoe. And
so you're a shoe girl as well. Yeah, I need to look at your Instagram because you said tall shoes, so I have to go.
My very, very nascent Instagram is basically me in shoes. It's a little something for myself. And I think I watch women, like, interesting, powerful women who have a staple item, whether it's a pin, the Madeleine Albright wore, things, Ruth Bader Ginsburg with her collars. And I think early on I was just like, I think shoes are my thing. And it allows me to feel classic in certain ways, and I'm sitting at the table, but I know and I feel the weight of my shoe, and I walk differently, I carry differently, so it's classic shoe.
Love it. I'm there with you, girl. No, it's so nice to have you because I feel the same exact way. People. And equity's at the core of your work. How do you weave that value into decisions, both big and small? Because I it's such an important thing.
Yeah, thank you for asking this, especially now. So really, at the end, our foundation is about making sure every person who lives in Miami has access to opportunity, has access to what they need to have a thriving life. And so the way you find out, is that happening or not, if you look at the data. You have to look at the data and see. You care about maternal health? Great. Well, are there mothers dying when they give birth? Where? Why is that happening? What's the source of that? You care about, kids knowing how to read by the time they're in third grade and they're, where is that happening? Where is it not? You have to look at the data and then also listen really well to the people on the ground solving that issue. And often in philanthropy, you'll see solutions that come in from the outside. We're going to fund someone who has a great idea about how to solve that. You need to be listening to the person who's experiencing the issue. Often they know what the challenge is and what they need and what solution they would want. And instead of flying in a hero for people, people don't want a hero. They want to be the hero of their own story, and they often are best equipped to do that, to listen well and fund well people at the heart of the issue.
Right. No, and that's a great answer. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And for young women listening who dream of leading with impact just like you, what's your best piece of advice?
For young women. So I had a reflection recently about advice I wish someone had given me when I was younger in my career. So I felt I was the youngest woman ever to serve on the Florida board. I'm the youngest person ever to be in this role. Often that has been a part of my narrative, is people reminding me of my femininity and my youth. And I often have felt, and I see this happening to other women, I have felt young womaned in my role, which then leads to, do I have the credibility to be here? Do I have the right to be here? Do I belong here? Young woman. But then I project out and I see my women friends on the other end of their career, and I watch them being old womaned.
Right.
That you are not relevant anymore. You don't understand. You don't have the context. You're no longer invited into this space because you're old woman. And now, in the middle of my career, at the height of my career, there are some meetings that I go to where I am both young woman and old woman in the same meeting, and I see it happening. And I see it happening to women in meetings that I am in, some that are being young women, some that are being old women. I saw it happen this morning at a breakfast that I was in. And what it has taught me is that your right to be at the table will never come from the outside. It comes from you. If that red carpet is not being rolled for you, you roll that carpet, you breathe in and breathe out, and you belong there and walk and take your seat. The right to lead is not going to come from your age, your credibility. It comes from you believing in yourself. And I wish both at the beginning and then hopefully at the end of my career that I could feel my worth and my value from me.
Well, I hope you feel it now.
I do, and I want it for all the other women in the room.
That's a beautiful answer. Thank you so much. I'm almost getting teary-eyed. Well, now for the fun part. I know that you're wearing these amazing shoes, so let's take them off and show them off to our audience.
These are POW. They're glittery, Superwoman. So I've got my Wonder Woman bracelet on.
Tell us the story behind those beauties.
Oh, so what is the story of these shoes? So that's funny. I held a role once, and then after I was there, another woman was hired. She's fabulous. We had never met each other, and I was at a community event, and I saw another woman wearing an amazing pair of shoes. I think I was wearing like a hot pink shoe. She was wearing a hot yellow shoe, and from across the room,
you shoot.
We did that. I was like, and she did that, and I came over, and we greeted, and she introduced herself, and I was like, oh, you're the person who was just hired in the job that I was just in. That was how we met. We met over shoes.
That is cool.
And she texted me the link to these shoes and said, I believe these are yours. And I was like, yeah, I think I do need a POW rhinestone red shoe.
Yes.
I would say probably at this point, half of the shoes that I own are somebody saw that shoe, sent me a link, and was like, these.
I love it how people know which shoe's your shoe.
I take it seriously.
No, that's a great story. Thank you so much for sharing. And now we're going to do this cool little quick fire round of this or that.
Bring it.
When would gallery night or Little Havana music set?
Truth, I want to be home. But I would choose the music.
French girl chic or Miami glam?
Miami glam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stage mic or strategy session?
Stage mic.
Yes. Sequel movie night or live concert?
Okay, for real, I love sequel movies to the point of embarrassment. Like, I want to watch, like Bring It On Again. Yes, I do. I want to watch like Cruel Intentions 4. Like
Hey, why not milk them out? It's fun, you know.
Work is intense for me. I want to come home, and if I'm going to watch something, I want light, I want irreverent. Bring me the sequel.
Beautiful. Linen blazer or power jumpsuit?
Power jumpsuit. The harder the outfit is to get on, the more I want to wear it.
Yeah. Ocean sunrise, swim, or late night salsa?
Oh, the sunrise. That's peaceful.
Yes. Justice Reform panel or fashion forward gala?
Ooh, truth. Honestly, I'm like gallaed out. I'm paneled out. I want a small group dinner.
I love that.
Like
well,
6 people at a table. Like talk.
You'll have to come to one of
Yes.
our dinners. We'd love to have you. Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for sharing your vision, your candor, and your commitment to building a stronger Miami. Your story reminds us that leadership isn't just about strategy. It's about generosity, equity, and showing up fully in your own beautiful style. And to our listeners, if you've ever wondered how one person can move an entire community forward, this episode is your reminder that bold impact starts with small, intentional steps. And please share it with everybody, or those women that are interested in leadership and philanthropy, and just people in Miami that want to get to know who is actually behind this movement of giving. And be sure to follow Rebecca's journey at the Miami Foundation, learn more about the incredible initiatives shaping the city, and don't miss Give Day this year. What date is that?
It's November 20th.
So it's actually coming up, so we'll make sure to share it in our networks as well, so because we're all about giving back. And until next time, lead with purpose, give with style, and remember, the most powerful thing you could wear is your truth.
Yes.
That was so much fun. Thank you so much.
These questions are so thoughtful. So there's over 1,000 organizations in Miami. They do everything from, food access to homeless shelters and in every neighborhood, and we want to make sure they have the money that they need. So at the end of the year, instead of having 1,000 individual events and fundraisers for every single organization, at the Miami Foundation we host one monster fundraiser. It's called Give Miami Day, and we encourage every person in Miami, find the organization that you care about and get involved and give back. And what happens on Give Miami Day, so this year it's on November 20th, we invite all the nonprofits to be there with us. You can go online to givemiamiday.org, and you'll see, you can look for the organization that you love and give to them, but then you can also join us. We have a headquarters. We invite people to come and see, and you can volunteer, and you can make phone calls and help out, or just cheer along with the community. Last year we raised $40 million in one day, and we're going to do it again, and would love for you to come. It's like explosive to see.
Amazing. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to, I've donated definitely on the day, but I'm looking forward to joining this year.
Come see it. And are you any chance you're a runner?
I was, but I'm not running as much. But is there like a race, or
we're starting with the 5K. We've never done this before.
The 5K is not that crazy.
It's doable. It's doable. You can walk it. You can run it. So on the 16th of November, on Sunday, we're doing a 5K. We also have a mini. What's the race for kids? Like a
kids 305 dash.
Yeah, a little 305 dash.
Oh, that's
for the
so
kids.
cute.
And all the, if you race, normally you register to race and it costs a little bit, and then so all that money goes to whatever nonprofit you